Hey guys, Lindsay here. Um, I'm staying warm in my house right now. It's really cold out. I don't know what's up with our weather. It was like warm up until, I don't know, about a week ago, and all of a sudden I wake up this morning and it's barely a few degrees above freezing. Anyway, that's beside the point right now. This video is something I have been thinking about for a little while. As you should know by now, I always tend to have a lot on my mind. But something has come up in our family. Um, Not really just come up, but you know that I've been preparing to go to school. My husband's been working some overtime to try to set some money aside. We've had a lot of things coming up, and our schedule has just gotten really busy with school functions and scout things. And as a mother, you realize that not only is it stressing you out, it affects the behavior of your children. And unless you address their frustrations and their confusions or whatever's going on, it can pose a problem. And I'll be honest, I thought I had talked to my kids enough, and apparently I hadn't. I did not understand that my youngest, he was having troubles trying to figure out how the schedule and everything was going to work and how he was going to fit into that, I guess. It's really hard to understand what's going on through his mind because he'll talk to me, but he's 7. So some of his vocabulary is, he's lacking in some things. Like, he doesn't know words to express how he feels all the time. I mean, for the most part, he'll know if he's happy or sad or mad or confused, but sometimes frustration, he doesn't understand what that is sometimes. So, with everything changing, I realized how much it was affecting him because of the fact that he's the baby and he's had the most time with me because of the fact that when the other kids were born, I was very busy with my home daycare. It started to dwindle down just a little bit when my youngest was at the age where he was understanding things around him. So when he was real little, like a baby and toddler, he didn't care. He just knew that I was there all the time. And as he's gotten a little bit older, he realized he wants to spend time with me. And he's had that chance the last couple years. But now I'm working outside of the house and I'm working more hours than I was when I originally started this office manager position. And since the decision to continue working in the salon and go to school, things have changed really fast. I will admit to that. The decision to go to school had to happen fast because I didn't want to lose my spot in the class because this is the perfect time for me to go to school. Financially, I believe we can manage through it. And the timing is perfect because I will be done before the kids are out of school for their school year, and I'll have the summer to sort of gain my bearings and build up a clientele. So this is the time for me to do this, and it's just really hard for my kids to understand. My daughter, she understands. My oldest son, it took him a while to figure it out. He understood my want for going back to school and everything, but he wasn't quite sure how it was going to work with finances, and he was just concerned. So, and I realized how bad this was getting for my kids when it started affecting them at school. Because that is the time they're away from me, and I know they're starting to understand and realize that once they leave for school in the morning next month, they won't see me after school until dinner time. Now, I know it's only a couple hours that they have to go without me when they're home. But for the past 12 years, I have been home, and I've been here for my kids after school. So anyway, so my kids are used to me being here when they come home from school, unless I had a doctor's appointment or whatever and I wasn't able to be here. But so for them, that's all they know. It's going to be an adjustment, I know for sure. But once I get through school and I build up my clientele, I know that's going to be beneficial for me and for our family. And I have to have a life for myself for when they're older and they want to go off with their friends or they get jobs after school. I mean, I know it's a little while before the younger ones do, but at some point I need to have something for myself because all my kids are in school all day. I'm not doing the home daycare. There's no point of me being at home. I don't need to be a stay-at-home mom if there's no one here to take care of. My house, for the most part, stays clean. I don't need to be home cleaning all the time. I realized that in a few years, my oldest son will be in college. My daughter will have her driver's license in 4 to 5 years, and she'll be off driving around or working, hopefully. My 2 younger ones will be a little bit older and not want to spend so much time with mom. And during the day when my husband's at work, I had to have something to keep me busy, and I wanted to be able to provide more financially for my family, since we all know as parents, as our kids get older, their things that they need become a little bit more expensive. We've done pretty well with the budget we have for now, but that's because we've been buying things used for the kids. And once they get older, I know, like with my oldest son, you can't buy him used clothes anymore because it's really hard to find what he wants and in the size and fit that he needs. He's a big boy, so it's really hard to find hand-me-downs in men's sizes. He's a big boy, so I just try to find sales, or I just say, here's some money and some coupons, go find what you can get. He does pretty well with that, or he'll just take his own money and go buy what he needs. He rarely asks me for money. I've given him money for shoes for school this year, and helped him to buy a jacket for FFA with his name on it. And I'll help him a few times if he needs it. But for the most part, he pays for his own stuff. I mean, we're already paying his car insurance and things like that. Anyway, back to what I was talking about with the whole changing of things in the house. My son has been having some difficulty at school, and that's kind of what brought on the idea for this discussion. My youngest has been in trouble twice this week, once in the last month other than that time, and his teacher called me, and we do have a parent-teacher conference tomorrow, but she called me to discuss some things that would have taken up a lot of time at the conference. She was concerned because he's not normally like this. He's normally a very good kid. Academically, he does very well. But all of a sudden, he just started slipping up, and it was just not like him, and it was totally out of character how he was behaving. So she wanted to kind of get a little insight as to what was going on. And when I explained to her that things have really changed around here as far as the routine, and he knows what's going on with me in school and my job, and that, I think, turned on a light bulb for her, and she understood, and she empathized with me as a mom and everything like that, because she has kids. And I explained to her Cole is the baby of 4 kids, so he's having difficulty finding his place, and his voice right now, and I'm trying to help him with that, but it's really hard when internally he has a struggle that I can't see, nor can I completely understand. I was the oldest of two kids. I have one younger sister, so I don't know that struggle. But anyway, as a 7-year-old, you would think you wouldn't have an internal struggle, but he does, and that's just how he is. So I'm gonna have to work with him on that. Now my other kids are doing okay. They're understanding that mommy needs to do this, and it's gonna give them more time with daddy. So I think in the long run it's gonna work out, and he's going to build a new bond and relationship with my husband, with his dad. And I think it'll be good. Not that my husband hasn't been around for the kids, it's just that I've been there more of the time because my husband was working. So it's out of his control really, but it'll give them some time together, and I really am looking forward to that. So I really hope that anyone out there that is dealing with a similar situation, that you are looking at the brighter side of it and see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, because that for me is what's keeping me going, that I know that there is a brighter side to this, and we're going to get through it. It's just right now the struggle is real, if you know what I mean. So I am signing off for now. I will talk to y'all later. God bless.